if you guys saw the progression of topics for today's episode, it would be eye popping, bone adjusting, and eye popping.
Okay, I'm scared now.
Only because like I had like I was bouncing on a lot of stuff today to talk about because I've just had a lot of like new information that I want to not speak on from like the enthroned white horse in position, but more from like
you just want to talk it out.
More from like
family.
I'm the horse ducking his head under the fence, trying to lick the rotten apple on the other side. Like I wonder what that tastes like. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I felt like some of the other topics,
Rapscallion pony.
some of the other topics that we will get to. I just need a little more. I need to see more out of. I need to see more out of me.
No.
That clip's not on the soundboard, unfortunately.
Oh, it's not anymore.
No, it's actually not. I haven't put it on yet. I said I would, and I haven't been a man of my word. How are you guys today? I am very happy to be here. Very extra happy to be here. God has been good in stormy seas, y'all. And I know you can all relate. If you call on Jesus as the Most High God, I know you can relate. And if you don't, come on. Why don't you come over so you can relate? So I have something that I've been...
And not for the sake of relating, but for the sake of your life being renewed and
Amen.
having purpose.
Amen. Lauren she's been taking some classes on like the soundboard, so hopefully today she'll show out.
Wow, way to put more pressure on me.
Hopefully
Can you
she'll
just
show
leave
out
me
today.
alone?
When I got married,
No.
I was like, I want a wife that'll show out no matter who's watching. And I don't think I got one.
That is disgraceful.
Oh, you're off to a good start. You're off to a good start. I have something to talk about today, and it's going to sound completely unserious, but I promise you guys, because I really want, I don't know, if I'm out of pocket for saying this, I don't know, kill me. But I really want, there's this thing I've been on lately, and I feel like
Your teenage angst sound is that?
I have to fart. Okay.
Okay.
I have, what am I trying to say? There's a way that I've been thinking about just the Christian bubble where I would be a hypocrite if some of the things that I get live about don't have any relevance, because I more and more see among my Christian peers, brothers and sisters, family that I love, there's just an attention to things that just don't matter. And not in the like, I don't care about it sense, but like, why are you this live about it? Well, no. It's okay to be live. Like, I love getting live. You know, y'all know I love getting live, loud and noisy, loud and proud. And it's almost July. When's Pride Month? It's almost June. So like, I'm gonna get real loud and about. Is Pride Month in June?
I actually don't know.
Well, I'm gonna get real loud soon. So
you have Juneteenth though, so you can get loud for yourself.
I'm pretty sure it's June. Hi. Oh, wow. Sorry, it's me. Listen, quick edit. It just occurred to me, if you're new here, maybe our sense of humor is still chaotic. We definitely hold to the historic and biblical Christian sexual ethic. So the getting loud in Pride Month was not a reference to affirming that which God does not. And we do love our. I don't know. I'm just gonna cut it there. Okay, we love you. Back to the podcast. So I love getting live, but the thing that I'm trying to just as much as I can steer us all away from is when you get live and direct, and the directness, it turns into just being nasty. So okay, all that dumb explanation to say that the topic today is about tipping as a Christian, and this sounds like really stupid, but there's a there's a question that I want to put before you guys, and it's truly a question, because I'm not sure if I'm thinking right about this, and I'm coming from a place of being someone who is not very generous. Like, Lauren is the generous person in this house. So like I have a bit of a blind spot here, but
we go through seasons where you
No, you definitely got it's, and the funny thing is, especially with tipping. Now,
I have to, because I'm an emotional person.
mm-hmm.
I hold myself to certain standards in certain scenarios, like always, like a rule as always. So if we're like getting into Lauren's rules of tipping, it's like,
yeah, I hear what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
it's just different.
The thing that I would love to just help me be great. Help me think through this. I wonder if there is an element of Christian tipping advice, I guess, or like recommendations, and I'll play you some clips to understand what the most common refrain I hear for Christians who encourage tipping, especially excessive tipping, is I wonder if there's an element of like performative righteousness where performative evangelism, which I think has application beyond just tipping, where there is an element of I'm doing this because I think I'm evangelizing, but I just feel better about myself. Right. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're kind of veiling. Yeah, I get it.
It's like you're doing something with quotation marks around that something, but I don't know. Maybe you are like, okay, I should.
That's why I don't go more than my cap, and I don't go less. I just always do the same, no matter the experience.
I think you can always say, and I'll stop being vague.
But I don't know.
Let's get in. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
I think you can always say God can use anything, of course, but sometimes I think people use the phrase God can use anything almost as like I don't want to really think about it. And it's good, and it's not bad, right? God can use anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
like just random positivity movement.
Yeah, it's almost like you're just waving away critical thinking. You're just like, well, God can use anything. I'm not okay. And I just want to say at the onset, to be clear,
I love how big you're smiling through all this.
Tipping is a good thing, but I have questions to explore. So
okay,
let me give you an example of like let me find the clip. This is like directly. We're about to get an ad, y'all, because I'm gonna open this YouTube video and then we're gonna start soliciting someone else's brand, we're not getting our wallets lined. So I'm sorry, whatever brand that you hear in a second, I don't want you guys to be inspired to get. I don't want you to start thinking about this brand. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying, like so whatever it is.
Okay.
So let me play you this clip, and this kind of gets to the heart of the philosophy behind people who encourage Christians to tip. And this is especially relevant because like tipping has been ratcheted up on the business side. More people are asking for tips, and stuff is just more expensive now, I guess. Okay, so let me skip this. Okay, no ad, yay. Where's it at? So this video is called a follow-up to reasons a Christian should leave a tip at a restaurant, which I agree,
a follow-up video?
Yeah, follow-up. That's why I couldn't find the original, but at 48 seconds, I think. Let me see this fine black gentleman. He's not black, actually. Video is loading.
Should Christians leave a tip when they go out to a restaurant for their server? Because, you know, as Christians, we should always try to be a witness for Christ and share the gospel and do this any way that we possibly can. So in this follow-up, I just wanted to say I did some of the things again this past weekend that I put in.
I actually think that he just finished saying everything that I wanted to meditate on for a minute. So the element of being a witness via tipping.
Okay.
And yeah, being generous, I guess. Here's another one, and this one is actually
So you're just gonna skip past that now since you didn't pick.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we ate. And there wasn't a whole lot of flesh there to chew on.
Okay.
I got another video. Okay, so this gentleman with a curved mustache.
I was gonna say very
Red Dead Redemption. Very.
Does he have a soul patch underneath too?
No, he doesn't.
It's just his finger shadow.
Very saloon, American frontier type vibes. Also,
kind of not though with his trendy hair and glasses.
I mean, I think so. I think in the
a
frontier,
modern version
some
of
of the
sure.
more, we'll just use the word desirable men of the frontier, of the American frontier, had hair that was a lot nicer. You know what I mean?
I guess it was
Have you seen
pumped
Tombstone?
up with.
The movie Tombstone, or what? With,
I haven't. I like that movie, but
it's
it's
a very good movie.
modern movie of a different time. It's not necessarily how they had their hair.
But they look good in the
It's a
film,
Hollywood
right?
version.
Who was the main guy in that movie?
I mean,
Val
DiCaprio.
Kilmer?
You would argue DiCaprio because he's like a baby.
Wait, is
in that.
DiCaprio in Tombstone?
Isn't he a baby in that one?
All right, guys.
Okay.
Let's figure this out. Tombstone, IMDb. Sorry, guys. I know you don't really care about this, but Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. No Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was picturing Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
I have
sorry, you
no
guys.
idea what poor.
Sorry, you guys.
Poor Val Kilmer.
Sorry, you guys had to see Lauren be wrong about something so important. So let me play.
I
this.
actually really like that movie
It's
too,
really good.
and that's
You haven't
embarrassing.
seen it?
Oh well.
Okay, so let me
in
continue.
Manhattan.
I'm going to skip to something he calls gospel tipping. I'm a little bit triggered by the phrase gospel tipping.
I'm very triggered. I don't like that. Tipping is just tipping.
Is tipping a hassle or is it an opportunity to practice generosity?
Okay. I'm also triggered by the
This
phrase.
music?
And I'm triggered by the music. Yeah,
I'm very triggered by the
for-
music. I feel like I'm in a weird like Home Depot training class.
100%. It has
It
corporate
has
training video vibes.
Yes,
100%.
corporate training
yes.
video vibes.
100% why.
And they're like big white letters next to his serious face while he has his arms folded.
Yeah,
This
it's a
is
very
odd.
corporate. It's very much corporate vibes in the video. So I'm triggered by the phrase, "Is tipping an opportunity to practice generosity?" I mean, I have problems, so I'm not going to say me being triggered is justified.
Let's continue though, because there might be.
And could it actually be a way to keep our own hearts aligned with the heart of God in little microbursts? As far as I
This guy's doing his darndest to just.
I know that's.
He's a sweet man.
Continue,
Though. He's a sweet
continue.
man.
know, my friend Jeff Vanderstelt was the first to coin this phrase, gospel tipping. Okay? It was his suggestion.
How do you know?
Handcuff him.
That we tip people, waiters, baristas, taxi drivers, doormen, etc., in light of how well we believe God has blessed us in accordance to our performance. It works like this. We usually give good tips to people who we believe have given us good service. They've performed up to our expectation, and we might tip quite a bit less, right? We might tip less or withhold a gratuity altogether from folks that we believe have given us poor service or had a less than awesome attitude. But what if we were to stop for a moment and ask ourselves, how generous was God with me when I still held my fist up to Him in defiance and rebellion, believing that I could be my own God? Well, the answer to that, my friend, is that He gave His most valuable and precious resource, His own Son, Jesus, to pay our full sin tab and redeem us. And in truth, the more sinful we were, or are, the greater in proportion His gift was, right?
Now I'm gonna let this guy finish.
That's
talking.
a lot to talk
But
about.
I feel like there's something in the logic that I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Just put it
I
out
don't
there.
know. I
You
don't- I
keep
don't
being
know.
shy.
No, I'm not being shy. I actually just don't know what I wanted to say.
Okay. Well, I'll say one
please step
thing
in.
now. I'm trying to remember all my questions to you now.
Okay.
But one of them would be a comment. You're talking about these people, you have no idea who they are. You don't know if they're Christians. This is
No, I think that's the point. Oh, you're saying if they are Christians?
no, what was the thought I had? They don't have to be Christians to be served. But I'm talking about, what did he say that made me think that?
How much God?
You'd have to go back.
How much did God pay for the tab that He? How? So the main
I'm just
point.
saying there's
Yeah.
no connection. Like, they're not going to connect this with God at all.
That's kind of where I'm at.
It's like
If I'm being,
they
yeah,
might
if-
think you're a nice person and you'll get the glory.
Yeah.
But how are you going to segue
That's
that
the
into
part- Yes.
I'm a Christian and I did this because I love God and God loves you?
Yeah.
Like, how are you doing that?
That is the part
If
that I'm
every
struggling
single
with.
time you vow that when you overtip, you're going to promise to say it's from God in some dorky way,
Right.
then sure. There's at least tying God into it. But literally, this is all glorification of self. if you're just
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far, but that is what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm questioning. And I'm not saying that he's promoting this.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that he's
and I
promoting
started
this.
that out really weird because I wasn't
No.
trying to talk about people being Christian. I was just having a weird part when he was saying, connection to the faith and how that works. That was really.
I understand what you're saying. And I know a lot of times the first thing that comes out, what you're saying is over the top.
Yeah. Well, yes, that's true.
But that is what I would like to explore.
My actions will speak for itself.
That is what I would like to explore. Oh my God.
The worse off we were, the bigger his salvation. God didn't throw a little something extra at us to help us out. He gave us everything, completely taking our payment for sin, which is death, upon himself. He definitely over-tipped us. So,
yeah, he doesn't get to say tips by,
When we
by
don't tip-
life or death. Life or death. That's not a tip. You're actually now belittling the faith. Now you're just talking about, did you want to die and go to hell, or did you want to live and go to heaven? AKA tipping.
Oh my gosh.
Like what?
someone generously. In some ways, it reveals the truth in our hearts that we may not be fully believing the gospel.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me rewind that because I know that was a little bit chopped.
God reveals the truth. So, when we don't tip someone generously, in some ways, it reveals the truth in our hearts that we may not be fully believing the gospel.
Okay, let me say, strictly speaking, that can be true, but I do feel like that is taking an application and like just running with it.
Yeah, it's completely misapplied.
It feels.
It is.
And by the way, okay, it sounds like I'm like going in on this dude. I'm just engaging with his ideas. Like this dude, I probably would give this guy a round hug if I saw him at church.
If God gave us what we deserve, well, we'd be screwed. But he didn't. And now, if we shift our thinking, tipping can become this act of expressing the good news tangibly to others. And it realigns our hearts as well.
So, okay, that's it for
I
this
can
dude.
go with him on that.
Yeah, I was
portion.
about to say, yes, I agree with that.
If it helps you realign your heart and it helps you become closer to Christ,
Right.
because say you had a horrible service
Yes.
and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to tip him anyway.
100p.
Then that's fantastic.
Actually, when I saw
do
it the
it for
first time,
yourself and your own private heart.
that was
though.
convicting for me actually, because if you are out of pocket, I will subtract.
See, and I don't.
Not punitively, but just like okay,
I don't. I always do good, bad,
okay, so
whatever.
so
I do
you're-
20%.
Okay.
If it's and we're talking real sit down restaurants where they like there's serving.
Well,
I know because
no. I'm saying if we're applying this gospel ethic to tipping and this doing
I'm
doing
just
for someone
explaining my
in spite
silly.
of, I feel like that implicates people who aren't really serving you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, here's
Like,
my thing.
yeah, okay.
I'm a consumer.
Mhm.
I'm out there obviously buying things.
Mhm.
I can't afford to bubble up your salary if your person and your company isn't paying you well enough. I'm sorry. I wish I could for everyone, but I genuinely can't afford to do that for every single person. If you're literally not serving me and it's like a fast food place or something like that,
Yeah.
I'm 100% not tipping you.
Mm.
Like,
Okay.
you didn't do anything.
Okay.
You're literally here taking the money and giving me the product.
Oh, okay. Wow, the demon, she's out.
No, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's how I've always seen it for my own mind. I've had to I'm sounding very highly opinionated.
So I'm gonna put this on. So if you listen to this podcast on anything other than normal speed, this might be a little too fast because I'm gonna play this dude back on 1.5 speed. So trigger warning. This might sound like this might get mousy in a second.
Crazy dude.
But
Okay.
here we go. Yeah. So I'm gonna. This guy actually talks about some of the things you just said.
Okay.
This is the last clip.
Christians are cheap, and they're not always very nice. In your hometown, surfers do pretty
Sorry, I skipped the part. He was talking about somebody's opinion of Christians who show up to the restaurant. He's not saying that. He's saying these are servers that who said this about Christians.
Sure.
well in tips during the weekday lunch hour because the shopping and business crowd are not cheap. Evenings are even better for tips because lovers, friends, and partiers are also not cheap.
Lovers.
Yeah, because they're happy. They're high on their euphoric love.
But the tipping pool Rise up for Sunday lunch and the gospel concerts, because here come the Christians. But we are called to be known for our sacrificial generosity. A friend of mine and an experienced server said that they had never met another.
Could you call the tip sacrificial generosity? Is that?
If your budget is crazy
Is that out of pocket?
and all you've budgeted for is your ramen at $9.50, then yeah, I guess so, technically.
Do you feel like that's manipulative a little bit?
I do.
Not him. I'm saying like
That phrase, though.
sacrificial generosity when applied to tips. It just seems like it's the.
It's leaning. It's leaning. But actually, let's just let him finish.
Server who wanted to work the post-church rush. The reason? She said that Sunday customers are rude, impatient, and the least self-aware people I have ever encountered while working in the restaurant business. And yes, Sunday afternoons are notoriously bad for tipping. Here are some things you need to know before you go out to eat. Servers make minimum wage or less. Where alcohol is served, they can be paid less than minimum wage because it's expected that they will be making money on tips.
This is that work, that corporate info. Stuff you don't need to know. He's just talking about how wages.
That alcohol thing, though, I have heard that before, and that is interesting reminder.
Yeah, and I actually looked up some data on tipping, Christians tipping versus the general public. There's no difference. There's only one difference. I think so. As far as average tipping goes, there's no difference. It's the same. But as far as like, there is a difference that there's one difference, but it doesn't have to do. Basically, it's a myth when people say Christians tip less.
What about like all the lingering people on Sunday though that are like a giant party, like the whole church went to lunch?
Yeah. It's still the average overall is Christians tip at the same rate as like the general.
Like
public.
They're just
okay. The regular folk. He's got like a tipping equation here. I wanted you guys to hear. Hang on, let me go to it.
We need to exceed the standard. The standard for dining in a restaurant is between 15 and 20% of the bill, $5 on the bed in a hotel every morning, and at least a couple of dollars for every suitcase that someone handles for you. So that means at least 20%. $10 on the bed and $4 per suitcase.
That's a lot of money. You got to break out the algebra chart for a tip because he had like a little green background that said 1 Timothy 6:18 through 19 on the right side, and the left side is the standard. Okay, so he's saying the standard is just,
yeah,
and then but then 1 Timothy 6:18 is the Christian tipping. So there's the general thought that
housekeeping tipping, that's an interesting conversation.
Basically, I played those clips because I feel like that is the most common Christian tipping advice. Would you say, like the philosophy? I guess I should say.
Of what he just said?
All three people all together, I feel like is like the Christian philosophy
their
towards
overall
tipping
idea
as a means
gospel
of
tipping,
showing the love of Christ to service workers.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Now, friends and family. As Frieza from Dragon Ball Z once said, let's get down to business. So he was speaking Namekian, I think, or whatever language Frieza was speaking.
I suppose.
You don't care, though? Yeah, you don't like Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, go ahead. What?
No, I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
I suppose if you held yourself to these places, because like knowing that I do require 20% tip out of myself when I go to a sit-down restaurant, sometimes it does make me not eat out.
Okay, can I ask? I have a question. I have a question.
If you know that you have that standard, you could just stop eating out, but then that's not going to be contributing.
Stop. I have a question.
What?
Because you're kind of leading into like, okay, answer this question.
Okay.
And family, chocolate dip friends, same to you. True or false? How do you feel about the statement? If you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to eat out.
I mean, that sounds ridiculous in just like concept.
Because I've heard people say that.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I mean, I guess that's kind of what I just said, but that's intense.
But
it really, I mean, we just never eat out because we don't budget for it. We spend a lot on groceries and stuff. But
so let's do this. Let's do this, y'all, because a lot of this right here is
sorry.
abstract. No, sorry. A lot of this is
No, I
abstract.
feel like I keep firework commenting.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. We love it. I went ahead and downloaded pretty much every fast food app in
Oh,
the
wow.
universe. So I just got them all on my phone right now. What I would like to do is I want to present situations in which we're living in tough times when it comes to food. It's an election year. We're at war with Russia. You know, everything is just it's amplified, like the New Living Version Bible or an NIV Bible. It's amplified. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I want to just walk you, Lord, through some scenarios, and you just let me know, like, what is the what's
the gospel tipping
yes.
rubric for
Yes.
it? Okay.
So I've got Burger King, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Little Caesars, Sonic, Popeyes, Arby's, Domino's, Dairy Queen, Olive Garden, IHOP, Jack in the Box, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Panera Bread, and Krispy Kreme. Where you're hungry. It's Thursday. It's tonight.
Okay.
In this scenario, at 4:30, I'm not at home.
Okay.
Where are you eating?
I mean, is this a real question?
Yeah, where are you eating?
Because I can't
Arby's,
eat at half of these
Arby's.
places.
Okay, let's pretend that you have an iron gut. Arby's, IHOP, or Dairy Queen.
Let's pretend I eat meat and I have an iron gut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you eating? Let me.
Arby's. What was it?
IHOP or Dairy Queen.
What do you eat at Dairy Queen other than ice cream? Actually, they have oddly decent fries.
So are you?
I
Okay,
feel
we're
like.
picking Dairy Queen. So I just opened the Dairy Queen out.
Oh, sure. Okay. I
They're
mean, if I
telling
have
me-
an iron gut, I might as well get ice cream.
I'm also gonna review these apps for you guys. So right now I opened. Let me give you guys a good visual since
I like the upside down blizzard. I'm excited.
There's a yes. So when I open the app, I'm greeted by an upside down blizzard with the Oreos magically stuck inside the ice cream. I don't know.
It's
how
like
that's
a
possible.
concrete
If
where
it's
the ice
upside
cream
down.
is really hard and it's like stuck in there.
Nah, we're not gonna call an ice cream a concrete.
No,
It's asking me to
what
sign
the
in.
That's what the old style.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. What's that place that was by the movie theater? They had a concrete. Oh, so I'm gonna continue as guest.
Yeah, exactly.
It wants me to find a DQ near me. I know the nearest DQ to me is not close. It wants to track my location. So far, this app is not. It's not off to a great start. You want to know where I live? You are promoting witchcraft with the upside down DQ cup. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit allow while using app. So the app is loading. It's again. Would you like to Dairy Queen to send you notifications? Don't allow. Ask app not to track. So they want to know everything about me. Now the menu here.
The
So
devil hopes you scroll.
yo, somebody on my Instagram feed went to Subway, y'all. This makes no sense. They got
This is
a
crazy.
chicken elite. It's called like the elite chicken sub or something, foot long.
It was
Chips
a foot
and
long.
a drink.
Mm-hmm.
$38 or $28, y'all, with tip. $28 with
Wait,
tip.
28 was with tip.
Yeah, that's
How much
insane.
did he tip?
Huh?
How much did he tip?
I don't know. So,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll confirm that location. Burgers and sandwiches, right? What are you in the mood for, Lauren?
Oh.
You want to give me some music?
Ew.
What are you in the mood for? Give me some music. What are you in the mood for? So we're looking at a lot of different meals here. There's the Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger. Does that sound good to you guys?
That looks foul. And there's two of them. I definitely don't need two.
Do you want a double, a triple, or a single?
None of those things.
A triple is 1,020 calories. Should we make it a combo, you guys?
Sure.
If you want me to make it a combo, wherever you're sitting, say yes.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to make it a combo. And the screen's loading, right? So the by the way, the interface is pretty intuitive.
Is my music jamming?
It is jamming. It's pretty
And
intuitive.
do you want me to turn it down?
You can't.
Mm.
But I turned down the recording volume. All right, so stop the music for a sec while we read the
It's
total.
so sexy though.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. While we read the total, so we're gonna get a large fry on the side. You know what,
Okay.
Lauren, you're hungry tonight. Let's get large fry onion rings, large onion rings,
Cheese curds?
cheese curds. Yeah, let's
They
get cheese
sell
curds.
cheese curds.
Let's get large cheese curds. Yeah, that sounds disgusting, right?
Yuck.
Okay,
What is
so
that?
So okay, that's it. This is kind of insane, y'all. And this is
Okay.
this is what this is why I'm thankful for the iPhone 13
Okay.
for the awesome display that I can see these numbers popping for simply a backyard bacon. I don't know what backyard bacon is.
It's special. It's from the backyard.
Signature stack burger, 1768, 1,820 calories.
Wait, it's almost $18.
It is $18. We're just gonna round up.
1768, yeah.
Oh, I have to select a drink. Sorry, we're gonna get a malt, a large malt, hot fudge. Y'all, this meal is almost 3,000 calories. Sorry, I'm not trying to make this. Well, yeah, I am. I am trying to make this a calorie bomb. Okay, so Lauren's meal.
Now you're shaming everyone for multiple reasons right now.
Lauren's meal. She has a burger, large malt cheese curds.
A large one?
You're right. Oh
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah, large
I don't
malt
think my
cheese curds.
drink is
Large
a
malt cheese
It
curds.
is a large? Okay.
And a shake. I can't remember what the shake was. I can't because I don't know where my order is.
Mm.
I don't know where it is right now, and I can't like.
That is
check,
weird. It doesn't show you.
Check my bag.
Yeah, can you check your bag?
Yeah, I think I can actually. Pick up inside. Okay, I don't know what I ordered. $20. You show up. All right, so let's say you ordered it. $20. You show up to pick it up. The food is cold when you get there because they got it ready the second you paid for it.
I mean, which is likely.
Yep, and they put it into that bin where all the food goes after they make it.
But by the way,
Yeah,
I've ordered Taco Time
Mhm.
on the app
I'm gonna give this app out of 5, 2.5.
multiple times.
2.5 stars out of 5.
The way they keep their food for like pickup,
Mm-hmm.
there's no heat lamp. They're just on top of the trash can shelf in the cold near the door.
Okay, so let's say that this
So,
is
like,
this is
all
your
of
meal.
your food is,
Let's
like,
say this. Let's say they
always cold.
disrespected you. Let's start out with a worst possible.
So like
Scenario.
that then basically.
Yeah, you show up,
It's on top of the trash.
and when
shelf.
you get in your car, you realize they forgot to put the large malt cheese curds in it, so you have to go back in.
Oh,
and
geez. Well, they would have to make that fresh. There's no way they can put the shake in there.
you have a 20 in your pocket. No, you have a 10 in your pocket and a 5 in your pocket, and you didn't tip when you slid your card. You forgot. Oh, I forgot to tip. $20. What's the gospel response?
I'm already paying $20 for
Mhm.
fast food, and I'm supposed to tip $10
I didn't say
on
what
top
anything.
of
I didn't say
that.
supposed to do anything. I want to know what the gospel is in this situation.
Both of those numbers are too high. I'm not tipping $5 on a $21
Okay, but what is 1 Timothy 6?
janky fast food
What is 1
meal.
Timothy 6? Okay, so then if you're not
I actually
tipping,
don't know what that Timothy verse is.
I don't either.
Can you read it?
if you're not tipping,
No, now I
if you're
wanna
not
know what
tipping
it
either of
is.
those
Is it
denominations,
to what?
I don't know. Don't look it up. If you're not tipping either of those amounts, what's the gospel response right now? How do you show generosity?
With my attitude.
You're,
I
okay.
say I'm very kind. I say I'm so sorry. It seems like you know what? And no, I never say. I've been working on this.
Not apologizing for
Don't
something.
apologize.
I
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
not my fault. It's definitely your fault.
Okay.
But you don't put that. I feel like the best way you can be Christ, because
Mhm.
honestly, to me, are you going to, unless you go like crazy, like unless I tip them $20 and I spent $20,
Yeah.
they're not going to remember like a $5 or $10 tip. That ain't going to mean Christ to them.
That's a very good.
What is going to mean Christ to them
Interesting.
is they treated me like garbage and they didn't
Mm.
include my drink and everything's cold and crappy, but I'm not going to ask them to redo it. I'm going to be happy with my meal.
Hmm.
I'm going to go in. I'm going to be polite.
Hmm.
I'm going to ask them to kindly remember something. I'm going to tell them take their sweet time. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to say no big deal. I'm going to continue to
Okay.
be in conversation and collect myself well. Like I'm not going to be an a-hole.
Yeah.
That's what people are going to remember. And that's how it's going to brighten
Okay.
their day.
Okay,
An
challenging
extra
status quo.
$5 is not that hard.
I don't have an applause button, but I like there was a challenge to the status quo in that I really liked. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna editorialize Lauren's comments.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let the chips fall where they may.
Chips fall where they may.
Now we're going to should we go to Little Caesars or Taco Bell or the king of fast food, McDonald's, or the queen of fast food, Chick-fil-A. And I said queen on Chick-fil-A because chickens women sometimes when they get loud, they they're compared to chicken. What?
What was the first one you mentioned?
Little Caesars.
I want to go to Little Caesars because I have no idea what they serve.
Okay, so I'm opening the app, y'all.
It's
so
been a
I'm
million
okay.
years.
So when I open the app, orange screen, and it's the Little Caesars dude, animated GIF
Select a country.
of him throwing select my country. I'm going to select United States, of course. The options were United States, Mexico, and Canada. I'm going to say I've read the TOS and I've read and accept the U.S. state privacy policy.
Oh.
So Little Caesars off rip is concerned about security, and I appreciate that. A far cry from the DQ app.
Yeah, let's just ask you everything about
This
you.
app's already
and not warn you.
already 3-star minimum of this app. Indulge your appetite for all things pizza. Personalized pizza information coming right up. Opt in to receive tailored ads from us. So here we go. They're hitting me with can we track your data across apps? No. That's going to take a few decimals off the final score. Don't allow. I don't want notifications. That one we'll leave alone. I do like the art. There's a lot of
It is actually cute.
vector art,
Little white hands
cute
grabbing
illustration,
boxes.
snatching pizzas over and over
and
and
it's
over.
whizzing
and over.
around.
So I'm gonna start a new order.
Okay. And it was also easy to log in as a guest. It wasn't annoying.
Yes,
That's actually, I
I'm glad you
appreciate
said
that.
I'm glad you said that. So let me set it to delivery. We'll do a delivery scenario this time.
Oh, okay, sure.
Gotta
I mean,
enter my
I'm feeling
delivery
lazy
address?
if you're not
Okay,
around.
fine,
Why
I'll
not?
deliver my delivery address.
Although, by
Sure.
the way, like, this is maybe very babyish of me.
Okay.
But if I were like fully alone, I would probably definitely not get a delivery of any kind.
Can I ask why?
Because I'm scared.
I respect that. So then we'll
That's
do no
just like
contact.
adding extra.
In this scenario, we'll do no contact.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you can choose up to 7 days in advance. Yo, who books pizza?
I mean, if you're looking forward to Little Caesars on a Friday night,
Who books?
that's hilarious. I have never heard. Okay, Little Caesars up to 7 days in advance. That's
Get on my
insane.
level, bro. Get on my level. Okay.
Do people use them for parties a lot? Like maybe they do big orders for like
Yeah, maybe.
Like
maybe
22 pizzas or
Maybe.
something.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. So let's start my delivery order. Okay. You enter. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Let me read to you some.
Ooh, wait, what are
stuff on
those?
the
Go up
menu.
top.
Something called
Crazy
pepperoni
puffs?
crazy puffs. Y'all heard of this?
They're
looking-
like little mini they're like puff pastries with pizza inside.
Now, what I don't like is in the make it a meal. Make it a meal. In the photo, y'all, for the make it a meal of these are just appetizers. They're soliciting a 2-liter soda. I don't feel like one person needs a 2-liter.
No.
But I
mean,
remember being 15, so let's
Okay.
go.
They have pretzel crust. Do I need to have a pizza here and take a lactate
Maybe.
and
Yeah,
pretend
maybe.
that I won't die
Maybe.
from the red sauce?
So it's Friday night.
What?
Once again, for some reason, I'm not at home.
Yeah, geez, where are you on these Fridays,
I don't
mister?
know, playing pinball. You decide to get you decide to get what? So there's a extra monster bestest cheese. Oh, I love that. Extra most bestest cheese. I said extra monster. How did I read
was
monster?
like,
out of most?
what?
Extra most bestest cheese. So
Well, I
let's
mean,
say you
that's a
get an
weird
extra
word.
most bestest cheese
Yeah.
and
I would definitely get that.
a Detroit style deep dish veggie.
That's another pizza though. I don't need two.
Yeah, you want 2 pizzas. So
Oh,
far you're up to
okay.
$24.98, $25. Does that seem like a lot?
No.
Okay. Let's say you invite one of your bestest friends over, extra bestest friends.
Cookie
Now-
dough brownie made with M&Ms.
Y'all, how do you guys feel about cookie dough brownie?
I feel not
with
good
the
at all.
with the colored
M&Ms.
M&Ms on them.
No,
How do y'all feel about them?
not
Because
good.
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Homeless.
I don't like mixing cookie dough and brownie. I like them separate.
How about this? You get the cookie dough brownie made with M&Ms, minis, chocolate
could
candies
cut them.
with crazy sauce. So you have the marinara with the cookie dough brownies.
What's crazy sauce?
So now we're up to
I
30.
remember getting that as a kid actually. That's so funny.
We're up to 30.62. And for some reason, you want an appetizer. So you're going to get
For
Italian
some
cheese
reason.
bread with Caesar dips. So you're going to have the cheese dipping sauce with
Ooh,
your...
butter garlic flavor. Yes.
Um,
Get like 7 of those. I'm gonna slather myself. in
Actually,
those puppies.
scratch that. Let's do cookie dough brownie made with Twix cookie bar pieces with the Caesar dips.
Ew,
Buffalo Ranch.
That one doesn't sound good.
Okay, so you're at $37.60. All right, so here's what happens. $37.60. How do y'all feel about that price? Let me just read the menu to y'all real quick. Just because
Okay.
we're also auditing the cost of living in America.
Sure, sure.
What we have on our, for one person, don't know why you need this much food, but you ordered it.
Maybe.
Extra most bestest cheese, 2,220 calories. Detroit style deep dish veggie, 2,730 calories. Cookie dough brownie made with M&M's, minis, chocolate candies, 840 calories. You know what's funny, y'all? Like with all of these menu items, because I'm looking in the cart right now, there's little heart emojis like you're liking a post on social media. You can like your own order. What
does that mean?
What
Can
the
you heart
freak?
one? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see.
You have to have an
it
account.
says account required when you try to like.
Oh,
your
you
own.
have to. It sets your favorites.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it did.
Okay, I had no idea. I was actually thinking it's like a voting method to see what's popular.
Maybe maybe. But I guess you can get that from sales too.
Yeah.
Cookie dough brownies, crazy sauce, 30 calories.
Oh, I could-
Italian cheese bread, 1,340 calories.
Oh.
Caesar dips buffalo ranch, 230 calories for a total of $38. Does that sound reasonable to you guys?
I mean, that sounds very reasonable. I mean, I've got 2 giant pizza situations, a pretty sizable dessert, custom sauces, and like a big thing of like very fancy looking bread.
So this
is very.
Let me stack
affordable.
the deck.
I'm not eating like homemade numbins.
It's for the whole weekend. Let me stack the deck.
Oh,
Let
this
me
is for
stack the
whole
deck, okay?
weekend? So I'm having reheated Little Caesars on the next day.
The delivery man shows up.
Okay.
You said no contact.
Uh-oh.
He knocks on the door. Right?
That's scary.
And he doesn't leave the food there. You say thank you, and he just stands there. So clearly he didn't read whatever his
Is he smiling or does he look scary?
He looks like a normal, just teenage boy.
Okay, he's like, I could take him in a fight if I need to.
No.
Oh.
He's you
How
actually
badly do I
recognize
need
him
the
from
food?
you recognize him from walking past the Taekwondo gym. You've seen him in there before, so
Okay,
you're
the
not
story is
judging him.
becoming scary.
So he knocks,
Okay.
ding dong, like you say, okay, thank you. You can just leave it there. But he can't. Yeah, you can play that. It's got to turn. Yeah,
No.
hey, play it, please.
Okay.
All right, so he stands there, and he doesn't leave. You can't hear me, can you?
I can't hear you very well.
I think so. He doesn't leave.
Okay.
So finally, you open the door because that's he's just not he's gonna leave if you don't
Sure.
open the door. You open the door. He hands you the food and you say, "Oh, thank you." Whatever. Well, I'm not gonna speak for you, right? So he's at the door.
Okay.
He hands you the food, but he reads it off real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't read one of the items because let's say he kept the cookie dough brownies made with M&Ms.
Like for himself?
Yeah, for himself. And let's just say you think, you know what, I order too much food anyway. So you're not about to ask for it. And maybe, or you're intimidated and bringing it up to this teenager,
I mean,
this
I'm
lone
not.
teenager at the door.
Nah, I'm too frugal, and especially if I'm alone and I
You would
wanted
bring it
something
up.
sweet.
Well,
That's
okay,
the
no.
only sweet
So
item.
before you say another word, that's the scenario.
Okay.
How do you give this young man the gospel? What's the gospel in this situation? What's 1 Timothy 6 or whatever?
Thank you so much for being patient while I took the time to get over to the door here. Looks like there's one little guy missing. Is there any chance you know where that one is?
I don't think you would say that.
What would I say?
I don't think you would. Is there any, are you a police officer?
Any chance you got that hidden in your trunk there, trying to snack after? No, I don't know how I would say it, but I would just like politely.
You would bring it up?
I would politely ask, yeah. I mean, I'm paying for it. I'm too weird about like if
Yeah.
I paid for
Okay,
something,
bet.
I'm getting my thing.
Respect.
I'm too frugal. If I'm already
like Cruella
spending,
de
am
Vil.
I already spending money?
Right, you're like Cruella de Vil. She paid
Yeah.
for it. She's walking out of the department store with it. Okay, so he goes back to the car.
We're in the age of transparency.
Goes back to the car. He says, "Oh, my bad." He comes back with it.
Sure.
The box is a little like smashed, but he just hands it to you. And you open it, and sure enough, the cookies, someone like the part where the box is dented, the cookies are dented.
Is it bitten into?
It's
or
not
something?
bitten. It's just like clearly he like threw the pizza box, or he threw the box with all the food in it. On
It doesn't
top of
look
it.
like he like human.
No.
Human garbaged it or something.
What I mean is he put.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Whatever.
He
I'm
put
not
it-
gonna say nothing
Okay,
about that.
Okay.
Whatever.
So
I mean, it's a silly cookie anyway.
now that you have all the food, what's the tip, or what's the what's the gospel movement in this situation?
I have a really hard time knowing, because I've never really gotten delivery more than like a handful of times.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you do extra when they're driving it to you
Okay.
because that's like different. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I agree.
I would at the very least be doing 20% because
Okay.
that's a normal. I probably would just do 20. I'd do my rule of 20.
Okay. So since you say that,
I don't like thinking of 20% on something that's fast food that's
Yeah.
like not really like you're serving me actively while I'm eating here and checking in on me and junk like that.
yeah,
Because I feel like that's what you're kind of paying extra for. And that's why I always hold myself to like, even if they did a bad job, at least they're like doing that, you know? So it's like I tip them.
do you feel any sense of pride as a Christian having tipped in that moment? Like, do you feel like, man, I showed this dude the love of Christ?
I might inside my heart in that particular scenario feel like good job holding myself to my own like rule standard. Because sometimes it is hard. There have been definite servers where I've been like, I really don't want to follow my own rule.
Rule standard or
Like, because I talked it out with God way back when, and it's been my rule for a while.
oh, okay, I got you.
So,
I
like,
got you.
rule for, I am saying rule standard
Based
for me,
on
but
your
it,
belief
but it is
in God's
based on,
actions towards us.
it's not based on that as much as it is like, you got to know yourself. Like, if you're emotional and you're ruled by like, they
yes.
did such a crappy
I
job,
see what
I'm going
you're
to tip
saying.
them 5% and
Right.
see how they feel.
Right,
That's massively rude.
right.
That's obviously going to communicate that you're an a-hole, and that's really going to not
Erode
do
your
anything
soul.
positive.
Erode your soul.
I mean, truly, that's
Right.
not good.
So you feel like this is like a spiritual check on you, more than it is quote any evangelism, quote unquote.
No, I never think of it as evangelism.
Okay,
like
we're getting.
ever.
I think we're getting answers, and I love it. Thank you. This is great.
Okay,
This is great.
sorry,
All right.
that scenario took a while.
Not at all. Not at all. What do you mean? These are great. All right, let's just do one more. I know. Yeah, you know what? We're here. Let's have fun. The last one,
Okay.
Krispy Kreme, because it's time for dessert. Even though you already had the micro M&Ms,
I'm having it delivered.
microdose M&Ms. By the way, those mini M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first. That kind of opened the door to microdosing culture in America. The mini M&Ms at McDonald's, or whatever the company is.
Hopefully he comes in with a clear head, clear urine.
Yo,
You know?
that was perfect. Yeah, you know what, Lord, you, unlike Miller Lite, you really didn't let me down today with the soundboard. I appreciate you.
Okay.
So we can either go to Olive Garden for, I don't know, actually. Sonic. Panera doesn't have dessert. IHOP or Krispy Kreme.
That's funny. I think Panera does have dessert. I think
they
they have
do?
cookies.
I think you're right. IHOP, Panera, Sonic, Krispy Kreme. Where are we going? Or I guess who's coming to us?
Well, you pick it. You pick it.
Let's pick IHOP. Okay.
Am I getting this delivered?
So first
Can
of
you
all,
even
first
get
of
that
all,
delivered?
I clicked the app. I got about 60 notifications before I could do anything. So, let me rate the last app. The Little Caesars app, I'm giving a 4,
Out of what?
5. It's a good app.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It's a good app.
I
Well,
like the cuteness, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
do
I'm
too.
gonna be
It's a
doing
good app.
stuff, might as well give me artwork.
It's predictable.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's fun. It's fun. So IHOP wants to track my location. I'm going to say allow while using app for IHOP. You have to sign in.
Okay, that's an immediate.
Oh, this might be a
no.
job stopper, y'all. This
I'm
app
not
might have a
signing in.
1. Oh, wait, menu. You know what? We are not using the IHOP app, y'all. You have to create an account.
What?
Okay, IHOP. You just lost my business.
Wow.
You just
I guess not.
She was ready with the phone, y'all.
That's insane.
I didn't want to go to Krispy Kreme, but here we go. All right, so we're on the Krispy Kreme app now. Krispy Kreme has the continue as guest button, and I wasn't assaulted by pop-ups. Oh, by the way, the IHOP app, I'm giving 1 star.
A -1.
1 star. So
If you
continue
make
as
me
guest.
create an account, no.
Yeah, continue as guest. Everyone's asking the ask to track. Allow while using app. No notifications, please. Save time. Order online. Your order, your way. Enjoy your favorite sweet treat through delivery or pickup. Taste the sweet rewards. Okay, I'm gonna stop simping for DQ or Krispy Kreme. Just going to read you.
Daddy, will you accept this rose?
Okay.
The romance between you and Krispy Kreme
Oh my
is
God.
real.
It is. So they're trying to get me on the rewards.
Turn into I love you.
They're trying to get me on the. Yo, I just want to order. Oh, I clicked rewards. That was my fault. I'm gonna choose. Yo, I don't live in Atlanta. Whatever. Okay, we're just gonna choose something. Yo, let me order.
Oh, I like seeing the donut kitty.
Oh, pickup time tomorrow. Submit time. Start pickup order. All right. So, Lauren, you are on vacation in Atlanta. No, you're there for a speaking engagement because you.
Okay, why on earth am I going to a
No,
chain
you're on a
if I'm on
speaking. You're there for
vacation?
a speaking engagement.
Okay, I definitely would not be on a speaking engagement.
You just want a couple donuts.
No one wants me for that, but
You and it 'tis the season, so you want some limited time flavors.
okay.
There is the Kit Kat specialty dozen for $18.99. Yo, I hate them 99s for $19. There's a 3-count Kit Kat specialty donut. You know what?
Why are all those limited time things Kit Kats?
Yeah, it's a match made in hell, to be honest.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, Kit Kat on. We were just talking about this in community group the other day about people just defacing donuts with like cereal.
I don't want texture on my donut. I want a fluffy,
No, texture
yummy
on the donut's fine. Kit Kat on the top of the donut, yuck.
That's too much. This is gonna be like get the top of my mouth. I don't like it.
Yeah,
That's too much going on.
This is yucky.
Mm-mm.
So even though it's a 3-count,
Get somebody else to do it.
Even though it's a 3-count Kit Kat specialty, for some reason you order 2, so it's actually a 6-count for $15. $15. All right, so you add it to your order. View my order, right? We're gonna view the order. They want to solicit you one more thing before you check out: bottled whole milk, bottled 2% milk. This is like, are you 6?
I mean, obviously, yes.
Bottled chocolate milk? Like I'm not a baby.
Okay, why on earth would you get chocolate milk with donuts? That sounds disgusting.
Ew, the only thing that sounds
orange
grosser
juice?
is orange juice.
Yeah.
Something nastier.
Okay,
who orders
orange Minute Maid orange juice? It's not even like simply orange.
Okay, yuck.
Wait, scroll back up real quick. Whole milk or 2%? They have no alternative milk options in this day and age. Who as an adult can go in and be like, sure, I'll take the whole milk. My body totally still digests that.
There's not very many of us.
I
didn't mean to say us because I'm not one of y'all.
Yeah.
So we're going to order the orange juice.
I already hate them. Anyone who doesn't have an alt.
All right. So you have placed an order
Okay.
to just munch on before you
Wait,
go
I
on
only have 3 donuts for that much money?
6. You order 2 orders.
What's the 3
Two
count?
orders.
Oh,
orders.
okay.
Before you go on stage, you'll be having 3-count Kit Kat specialty donuts for $15, and you're gonna top
So
it
2
off.
times 2. So
you're
6
gonna wash
donuts.
it down between bites with Minute Maid orange juice. Total of
I'm going to be high on sugar.
27. All right. So you show up to Krispy Kreme the next day. The door's locked. You jiggle the door. No one's there. You now realize, oh crap, I'm going to be late to my speaking engagement. But you paid for it. You're hungry. Like you were banking on this to give you energy to go on stage.
Uh-oh.
So you wait. Right as you're about to leave,
Mm-hmm.
a teenage girl runs up to the door in tears saying, I'm so sorry. My alarm didn't go off. I set my alarm, but it didn't go off.
She's inside the building?
No.
"My
She's
alarm
running
didn't
and she's
go
like
off?"
jiggling the key trying to unlock the door, right? She's clearly the manager, but she's clearly 16.
Okay.
She opens the door. And she says, I know you're. For some reason, she knows that.
Sure, like
your
we're
order.
probably the only pickup order
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
She
'Cause
goes straight
who-
to it. She offers you the order for free. What's the gospel here?
What's the gospel here? I wouldn't take it for free. I would pay for it.
But she says no. She says, I'm probably going to get fired anyway, so no. What's the gospel here?
I would slip her the tip that is the amount of the order.
You would tip the price of the order?
Yeah.
Now, is that the gospel, or is that just something anyone would do because you plan to pay it anyway? So you're just trying to throw on God what was due.
Well, if she's saying, honestly, if I'm like some big impressive person who's here for a speaking engagement,
Okay.
and I got money,
You have a
bags,
reputation.
and I got money bags.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. I don't.
You
care
don't have
about-
money bags. It's a church and speaking engagement, so you're
Okay,
probably
so
getting
I'm
paid
not, like, rich
in
or
like
anything.
communion crackers.
Oh, okay, so I'm not rolling in the dough.
Okay, the church is treating you right. You are paid. You're paid.
Okay.
Church is treating you right. I won't shame God's bride. So what is?
I don't know, because now I'm thinking of like over tipping would be uncomfortable and weird. I feel like it'd make her feel uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Like
you're
here's
showing out.
$40. Like, you know what I mean? That's too much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you way over tip someone for
Yes.
something silly,
Yeah,
I feel like it's not like it doesn't communicate any other than
I'm wealthy.
you're big stepping.
Excuse me while I put this in the trunk of my Lamborghini.
Yes.
To keep the car's center of gravity normalized.
Yes.
Yes, we need him. He's a Christian.
So what would you do? You try to, well, remember, keep in mind she was crying on the way in. Like, is there
I
any
know.
is there any other opportunities for the gospel?
I
or-
know. I do actually feel, well, I mean, obviously, yes, I would talk to her and say, I'm so sorry that you feel this frazzled and stressed.
Mhm.
Like, I so appreciate you getting me my
Do you
order.
give her a donut?
What?
Do you give her a donut? Like, is that?
No, that's weird.
Hmm.
I mean, she probably would feel very uncomfortable with that. But I would say, like, is there anything I can do to explain to your manager, like, that I was well taken care of?
Okay.
And that
Okay.
that I had the best service, and I could do, like, a survey for you or something.
I like that.
Like, something that would help her feel like she's keeping her job.
Right.
Because she's going to be thinking about that all day.
Right.
Like, she's going to be stressed and feeling bad.
Mm.
And if I can take a survey that says the lady was friendly and sweet to me and she got me my order exactly as it is, because that's true,
Yeah.
then fine. Like, I
Okay.
would do it.
Okay. And you were the only one there, so it's not like anybody was waiting to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would try to talk to her about, like, your I'd be like, I'm taken care of, thank you very much. Like, I would make her feel good about
Okay.
her effort. Because honestly, if someone's hustling to get into the door,
Right.
and I do get it at the last minute, and
Right.
I have my order, and especially she's already marking it down,
Right.
like, that's,
You did not say marking it down.
you know, whatever.
No,
Like,
I mean
she's- like, she's
that's
trying-
accurate.
Like, she's trying to make me feel
Trying to make it
taken care
right.
of as a
Yeah,
customer.
she's trying to make it right.
Because
Okay.
honestly, like, if you're that late and you
Mm.
really are making someone wait that long, like, she probably should have made it free.
Yeah.
But, like,
you know,
making a bigger deal out of, like, her going out of her way to make me feel special,
Right.
I would want to help her feel taken care of.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, as we land this airplane, first of all, the app.
And I would tip her probably, but
would
it would
tip,
be
okay.
like, it'd be like, you know, maybe $5 would be fine, because
Appropriate.
I don't want to make her feel weird. Like, you know
Let's
what I'm
see,
saying?
$5 on a $17 order is, it's like 30%, 40%. Okay,
You know, because then
that's
it's
like 30%. It's like 32%.
yeah, because then it's
something like
nice, but it's not crazy.
that. Okay.
I don't want to make her feel weird.
Okay.
Because also
Yeah, you wouldn't
after
want to do that. You know what I mean?
after I said tip the amount of the order, then that would be weird, because then it wouldn't feel like a tip. It'd be like, I'm just trying to pay, and how dare you give me something for free? It'd be almost insulting. You know what I'm saying?
And it would almost be like extortion vibes.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Like, you gave me this meal for free there, and I tipped you the cost of the meal.
It's weird. Yeah. Well, and it's also
could get
like
her
if
fired
you
for
already no, it's like if you already planned on spending that much money, then it doesn't even feel like a tip
Oh,
either.
You know what? That's
I'm
funny.
saying?
I don't want to get into this because we don't have time.
No.
But I just wanted to add one thing.
Mm.
With companies pocketing tips, I feel like that gets in the way of this entire. That is a roadblock in the
know.
gospel element of
Right?
your tipping being based. Sorry, your evangelism or showing the generosity of Christ
Is not necessarily
simply
going
being
to
based
the-
on the tip.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not necessarily going to that sweet
It's
individual.
being confiscated
It could be
by
lining the
Starbucks.
pockets of
Exactly.
the big corporate.
So all I got is
Lord.
yes.
That's why I argue, because we
Mhm.
live in a world that is broken and sad
Yes.
and miserable
Yeah.
company owners that
Yeah.
just don't give all these cost of living
Say
increases
flying
are
fart.
going to them.
Say
It's not
flying
going to
fart.
their people.
Yeah.
Don't try to show Christ with money. It's kind of pointless in these scenarios.
In this context, because
In-
that's a very general statement.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you
I'm
can
saying-
definitely show Christ with money.
What?
Because you can definitely show Christ with money.
I'm saying in these scenarios. I
Yeah,
said
okay,
in
okay.
these
We're talking about
scenarios.
tipping. You're right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the assumption.
We're talking about tipping.
Uh,
I'm not
I-
saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's evil.
Yeah.
Like,
I would maybe just. Sorry, continue.
but I'm just saying if
Yeah.
you're trying to show Christ in
Yes.
going way over the top
Mm-hmm.
with gospel tipping, I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that should
Yeah.
be a thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm just very suspicious.
I also don't feel like you should feel pressured as a Christian to like you want to just be poor everywhere you go.
Yeah.
The people who are talking about this those were rich looking people.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, if you're rich and you can afford to and you don't care to know if it goes to the individual or the company, then do it.
Or Rand Corp.
Like, yeah, exactly. And we don't need to make everything political. Sometimes you just got to hope that it goes
For sure.
to the right
For
place.
Sure. It's like giving to a homeless person.
Yeah. But
I would.
I would hate for people to feel pressured as a Christian if you're genuinely not well off and you're barely making it.
I would hate for
if
you
you
to
want to
feel-
get a treat for you and your
Yeah.
wife or your kids or something.
Yeah, and you
can't even afford
and you don't
to
have
do
and
it.
tips not in the budget.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Christians to feel like their witness is on the line if they don't tip.
Yes.
And I feel like sometimes the language around God quote. Okay, so I did say this at the beginning of the podcast. Let me just step away from tipping because I feel like this platform has been wonderful. The real thing and again, take this and apply it to your own life because this is just my perspective and this is not I don't want anyone to feel a certain way about what they do with how they approach tipping because really the thing that I want to emphasize is sometimes when Christians I feel like encourage one another to do certain gospel things, but there is like an element of like performance that almost absolves you of the responsibility of actually doing something. Like let's just throw
a blanket on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like as using this as an example, I do just wonder if like you are training yourself to get high off of the feeling of doing something rather than humbling yourself and actually stepping into a difficult situation, which many times involves being involved in someone's life or and this is very much for me too. Like, please don't hear me just saying
100%. I'm not necessarily saying I don't.
Yeah,
I don't always
yeah.
take the energy and time to do it the right way that I know I should be.
Yeah. But
But I always feel convicted when I don't.
Of course, doing quote performative things like that is part of your witness, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
But I feel like
quote unquote performative.
the Christian bubble, one of the weaknesses I think we have is we are very self-congratulatory, and some of this tipping language. I'm not accusing any of the people we heard from or anyone who even thinks like this of anything, but sometimes I wonder if it's you don't realize how you are just you're like doom looping yourself into feeling like I'm getting it when it's like, okay, that's great, but like step back and maybe consider, is there something that would be more valuable, which is a lot of times relational. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Like
tips sometimes can be not interesting. Again, do what you want with your money, but I hope you guys hear what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
And not.
Yeah, that's a good.
And not.
That was a good way to
Yeah.
make sure to say that.
So, anyways, great answers, Lauren. And I honestly feel like a lot of your answers got to the heart of what I feel like is important, which is like not necessarily applying a generic. Not that.
I was gonna say, feel in exactly your vein.
Yeah.
Feel the Holy Spirit.
Definitely.
maybe that person is
100%,
short
yeah.
on their
Please listen to
rent,
the Holy
and
Spirit.
maybe that tip is going directly to them, and it's going to help them.
And yeah, I
you
heard.
never know.
You are 1,000%
Especially
right.
if you are in like a small hole in the wall place, that tip is probably most assuredly going to that person.
Yes. 1,000% yes.
If you're in like some corporate overlord place, who
especially
knows,
if you're a
but
regular.
Yes.
Because that can lead to like you are known for being generous. That can set you up for a more believable testimony.
I will give an honest something.
Yeah.
Just quick
Yeah,
story.
of course. Yeah, I'll let you. You cap it off. Snow cap it.
No, because you had.
No,
an
I don't have
actual
anything
to
else.
finish. Okay. Well, we went to a local donut place.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to tip them because there's like, I don't know. I don't really know about how many customers they get because they're in a weird location to get to.
Yeah.
Their donuts are amazing. I tipped her, I think, more than the order because the donuts were super cheap. Yeah. And so, like, I think I tipped her, like, the amount of the order or, like, more. I'll admit, I was expecting at least, like, a smile or a thank you or something. She literally left while I was still tipping.
She was on her phone,
like,
too.
she just went back
She
to
was on her phone, too.
her Asian show in the back.
Yes.
Like, it was crazy. Yeah, I don't know why I said Asian show. Like, that sounds
No, because it was an
Asian
Asian donut shop
going on in there. That's the only reason.
Problems. It's like,
no, I wasn't.
I'm joking.
Anyways, no, but I'm just saying, like, those are the scenarios where I know if I go over my certain rule, I expect certain things, and so for me, that's why I have to always say a certain. So it's like you have to know your personality.
Yeah.
You have to know what
your motive. It's like
where
it's like
does God hold
to use
you?
a Christian phrase? It's like a heart check. Why am I doing this?
Yes. And it wasn't that reason at all. It was honestly just because the order was so small, and I was like, no one else is in here, and probably her last customer for the day. Why not? Like, it's not that big a deal. Yeah. But I was expecting some like goodbye or thank you, and it was like
or ni hao. Yeah. Like that's definitely not thank you in Chinese. Yeah, that's good, Lauren. That's really good.
Just like I'm saying, just check yourself. Like, it's all about make this whole experiment, if you do partake in it, about your own heart.
Definitely.
Only you can know you and what's going on inside. Minister to yourself.
Yes. Listen to me more than you listen to listen to the Holy Spirit. Freudian slip. Listen to the Holy Spirit over and above anything I'm saying here, but
Man, we just came up here, to have fun.
I hope I have left you with something to consider, not specific to tipping, but just like your philosophy and evangelism and loving people who are not near to God. And of course,
maybe not. I mean, you don't know. Maybe they're Christians.
That too. Yeah. You could be helping a family member out. That is true. Anyways, thank you, Lauren. Your answers were great. I love it. And thank you guys.
I love the apps.
Thank y'all for showing up. Yeah, the apps were great. Love you guys. We'll see you next time, won't we? Have a good one. Breathe in.